Welcome back to exploring what I in labyrinth school. That was a long pause. I was expecting the intro to kick in a lot quicker than that. So where we last left off. I can't believe it. Hour and 9 minutes into that playthrough. Bloody hell. Hopefully, we get through the rest of this route and get the Jasmine ending at long last. Within this part, preferably. Rather than it dragging out even more than it already has. It's funny because Hee-Min's route isn't really long, but because I screwed up the thing. Oh shit! Of course you have to freaking be up here. Well, because I screwed up the freaking ending, because I like talked to Hee-Min, interacted with her after the first encounter. It screwed up everything, and I got the same ending again, and I freaking redo it. So it's dragging on a lot longer as a result. That, and you know, going over that diary as well. I've heard the signs are coming from the counselor's office. Wait, was that his light? Yep. Typical. Can't even bloody see where I'm going. Beep, beep. Later, Miss Janitor. The music teacher committed suicide. What am I seeing here? A vase. Well, I guess it makes sense, kind of. Maybe it's like, what was that one mirror in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone? Was it a mirror of something set? I freaking can't remember. Araset or something like that? Where it's like, it shows what you most desire. And like, it ends up being a big plot point at the end. Maybe that's why it's like, that you seek here is the vase. So, you know. I don't know, actually, because it's not like it picks up the vase. That's what happens in the main playthrough, is you gotta complete this puzzle, so you're like, oh, it's a vase. Now I can go pick up that vase that's in the lost and found room. But in this case, we find the diary, which, as I've checked, doesn't actually appear until after this. So I guess that kind of makes sense. It was a game. I guess it only appears if you're, you know where to find it and are looking for it. If not, you will not find it. Or something, I don't know. You see, that book wasn't there last time. G1 Kim's book, a secret letter note used by the music teacher. And it has a shit ton of entries, which, as I said, explains part of the reason how this playthrough has gone on for so long. Because the first playthrough of Hee-Min's route tracked down all of the entries for the diary went over all of them, and I was just like, let's try to make sense of all of this, you know, read through them all, try to piece it all together, essentially, you know. So it's no wonder why this playthrough is dragged on so long, despite how short her route actually is, because I've completed it in like an hour, 14 minutes I think is the record I've got so far. I could definitely probably do it faster than that. Like, I don't know by how much, but I remember like I had to look at a video walkthrough of the game at some point because I was confused by some of the puzzles. Well, less the puzzles and more I didn't know where the hell to go half the time. So I'd like saw like someone doing a playthrough of it, you know, no commentary, just video. I just kind of scrolled through it to the points where I was stuck at, and yeah, wait, it's on the second floor. That's where I needed to go anyway. Just the door was closed, so it's a bit confused, I guess. And like, yeah, I think the video, like, whoever played it completed in like maybe an hour. So I think it was less time than my fastest playthrough of the game. And I don't even know if it was actually intended as a speedrun or not. That's one thing I've been thinking, is like, maybe after finally getting through this game, do like a bonus part, well, probably parts, of like speedrunning through the game. Like, just rushing through the game, pretty much. From point A to point B to point C to point get the hell on with it, you know? Rather than taking my time as I often do. Even when I don't take my time, I feel like I take my time, essentially. It's like it's a lot easier to get through the game if you're playing on normal difficulty or lower. Like with the patches anyway. I mean, it seems like they didn't intend for it to be available for normal mode, but I don't know, maybe people complained and they were like, okay, well, patch that so that, you know, the janitor notification thing that appears at the top of the screen with the eye where you know he's in range appears on normal difficulty and easy difficulty as well. It's just very easy. But they kept the tips like exclusive to very easy mode though. I mean, it kind of ruins the atmosphere of it, you know, having the eye at the top of the screen to indicate where the janitor is. It's useful, but it also kind of removes a lot of the tension when you know the janitor is around. Because then you just know, well, gotta be careful until, you know, out of range, essentially. Because then once you're out of range, you don't have to, you know, care all that much. I mean, don't go, like, running around like an idiot. But, you know, you don't have to be careful as much, essentially. It's like, I've found that sometimes when I notice the janitor in main building 1, I would, like, notice him coming around the corner, and I'd back into the stairwell and go to the bottom stair where he doesn't patrol, and just remain out of sight, and he just walk past without noticing me. So you don't actually need to just hide in stalls, you can hide behind stuff, you just gotta be careful with it. Like half the time when I try to, like, you know, duck into a classroom and hide behind the desk with the light off, the janitor often spots me, you know. Especially on high difficulties. Hell mode is going to be hell. You have no idea, man. You have no idea. Unless you played it, of course, then you would. I mean, I didn't find hell mode to be that bad for Hee-Min's route for the most part. until that very last section. And surprisingly, the maze section isn't all that bad, because I'd figured out exactly where to go for each of the picture symbol things. So once I figured out exactly where they are, just like find the white one, then the green one, then go all the way to the outer edge to get the yellow one, and then from there keep on the outer edge, keep going around until you see the blue one, then you go around, get the blue one, go back to the outer circle and get the orange or red one. And that's it. That's all you really need to do. It's just like I said, that last section can do a number on you, man, because you can get hit left and right on that. And when I highlight, yes, I don't think you can actually, yeah, you can't actually interact with these pictures. It's only the one in the ability to, which you can't actually do as Hee-Min. Can't encounter half the ghosts either. You can encounter some of them, but most of them you don't actually encounter them when playing as Hee-Min. Why am I walking? I could just run around here. I'm just not gonna be able to notice the sounds until we get into that area. Get out, think about it though, the context. Remember coming here on the main playthrough, all that stuff. I'll have to be do what is the grammar there. I have to do that shit on hell mode. It's like on top of getting all that shit done in like just a few sittings, you know, a few record sessions to avoid losing a pen every time I'm like stop recording, you know, for a day or whatnot, which would make it like really hard because as soon as you run out of pens, it's proper game over and you gotta do the whole thing again. You know, that would kind of suck. So I'd have to complete as much of the game in one sitting as possible. So I'd have to do more than 2 recordings like I usually do, you know. I'd probably have to do 3 or 4 at least. And you know, the main game is considerably longer than Hee-Min's, you know. And with So Young's route, it's even longer than usual because, like, if you go for the Ji-hyun or Sung-ah routes, it's a lot shorter. I mean, not by much, really, but it is shorter. You don't have, like, that extra final section. Also, So Young's route has a few bits that make it a bit more challenging as well. I'd say Ji-hyun's route is definitely the easiest. Now I'm trying to think here. No, I don't think there was. In the main game, there was like one of those small keys were in there. I'm just trying to think, like, in anticipation for the Hell mode playthrough, because on top of, you know, just beating the game on Hell mode and getting So Young's true ending, I'm gonna, you know, collect all the figurines as well. And I can only remember where most of them are, not all of them. There's a figurine for every character that was in the original Light game that had a character model. So you've got Hee-Min, Lee, you've got Sung-ah, you've got So Young, you've got Ji-hyun, you've got the 2 janitors, and you've got Eun-Mi, who is Sung-ah's mother. Those are the figurines. And the only two I can't remember where they are is Eun-Mi's one and one of the janitors. Sung-A's one's gonna be a pain in the ass. And I'm not sure about the two that I don't recall. But out of the ones that I do recall, Sung-A's one's definitely gonna be a pain in the ass to obtain. The other ones that I know the location for, gonna be relatively easy in comparison. I'm just like wondering if maybe one of them had a puzzle link to it. Because I hope not. I know Sung-A's one does, but it's not quite the same thing. I mean, it is a puzzle, but it's not too bullshit, really. I'm just wondering in my memory if there was having to find one of those bloody keys to access it. Because if it is, I'm not looking forward to that. Because man, that would suck. He's gone down there, isn't he? He always does this. Has he? Yep. I hate that janitor, man. He's such a dick. Fuck it. We'll just wait out here. Uh-oh. Bow! Fuck you! Janitor, man, he's a prick. He's always in the place where you need to go. They obviously spawn him there because it's like, no, we gotta have an obstacle to overcome. And that obstacle is this man who is balding with a limp. You know what I find odd is how my acoustic guitar sounds with this headset microphone. I don't know. It's like it used to sound alright with my old headphones, which I still have, but I've been using the other one that I got for Christmas a couple of years back that I never really used because it just had the one, you know, would it be called an input, I guess? You know what I mean? It's like only had the one end rather than two, so that you could like plug it into both headphone and, you know, microphone. I had like adapter thing of sorts that allowed that to, you know, be plugged in that way. I think. Yeah, I did actually. Did I? Or maybe that was so that I could. Yeah, actually. Yeah, I didn't actually have one that like split into two, but I did have one that would split it into one essentially. So I could, you know, still use my old headphones with its mic. But I'm choosing to use the other one, you know? Looks like my ramble has allowed me passage. It's probably going to burst through there at any second. Oh shit! Fucking hell! Did not notice that. Did not see that, janitor. You know why? 'Cause it's so freaking dark. I would have freaking spotted them easy enough. But when I've got it linked up directly with the capture card, it just makes everything look a lot darker than it actually is. I mean, I could try messing with the settings a bit more, but from what Well, I recall the last time I tried that, it seems saturation seemed to be the only thing. God damn, it takes a lot, doesn't it? Seemed to be the only thing that really made much of a difference in the brightness, because like increasing the brightness just makes it have that kind of like a whitish background, like it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't actually brighten the game, really, it just kind of makes it look a bit odd. I guess we'll just wait here for him, I suppose. Is he out of tune? I think it might be, actually. Yep, my guitar teacher gave me that to learn freaking ages ago, yeah. With the whole lockdown thing, I haven't had a guitar lesson since. I still haven't got around to fully learning that. I mean, I've got used to, you know, the whole... I mean, it's kind of impossible to play the whole song on acoustic because you got that solo, it's like... Can't really bend the strings. But I've learned the basics of it, just not the solo or the section where the guitar takes over for the keyboards, when the keyboard solo kicks in, you know, the guitar solo and the guitar solo at the end as well, which is a bit nuts, really. And I can tell why, because it was improvised, according to Wikipedia. That bit at the end of Rosanna by Toto is like just a spontaneous jam session, and it shows. Not that that's a bad thing, that's just why it's, I think it sounds pretty cool. Because it just has like, I don't know, it's just a bit more experimental. Can we go now? You know, honestly, when I spotted the janitor there, I thought he is like, the model textures just reminded me of the trees. I don't really know why. Okay, we need to, you know, memorize the thing. 10, 20. We picked them up in a different order this time, that's a bit confusing. 10, 20, 0, 35. That was technically 36, but it still counts. Did I? I can't remember. It's like, did you what? I'm just curious here. Nope, I didn't pick this stuff up. Gonna need healing items, man. That last section's gonna absolutely destroy me. I mean, it's hard enough, you know, normally, but if it linked up to the capture card, it makes shit look harder to see. And Jasmine Halo, she sung as mother, Eun-Mi, whose name I don't even say more often than not because I keep forgetting it, or you know, just not really knowing if I'm pronouncing it right. Then again, you'd probably say the same for all the other characters. You turn the audio on to Korean, and their names don't quite sound the same. You're gonna fall down the stairs doing that, lady. You know what? I find another added challenge to all this is with the headphones on, I can't hear the audio as clear as well. So she could be doing her turnaround animation where she's like, ha! And I wouldn't know till it's too late because I've got the headphones on my head with no audio coming from it. And as I always say every time I bring that up, the reason for that is because I mute the headphones because the audio from the capture card is out of sync with the TV. Which, you know, puts it in being out of sync of what I'm doing, essentially. I'd be like, yep. And it'll be like about a 2-second delay on the capture card, which is why syncing the audio and video up it's always been a pain in the ass. But since switching to the newer laptop, I haven't so far encountered any issues, you know, with it going out of sync at various points throughout the recording. It seems a lot smoother with that, which is very good, because that was always the most pain in the ass thing about editing with it. Nope. It looked like she was looking out the window rather than in that direction. Gotta wait a while when she does that. Otherwise, you'll just go around the corner and she'll be staring at you and then come at you with a knife. I found it funny how, like, first time we came across this scene, I was like, oh, let me just demonstrate what happens if you get killed. And then, like, then I proceed to, you know, end up getting the game over properly rather than deliberately multiple times. This bit I find challenging. Because, you know, you gotta come down the stairs and if it turns around, there's not much you can do. I mean, there is, but you'd have to be quick on your feet. Man, it's so dark in here. Like, compare this, right? When it's not linked up to the capture card and I play this normally, I don't even need to put the lighter on to be able to see where I'm going. It makes the game so much darker for some reason. And it makes determining where she's going harder as well. It's like I wouldn't have noticed that then. Also on Hell mode, she seemed a lot more persistent with that animation there. So it was pretty tense and I got one game over. Only the one though. It's the same with the maze. After like the initial one game over, everything went smoothly. So like I imagine if I'd used the lighter here on Hell mode, she'd probably detect me somehow. Like how the janitor can. I'd assume anyway. I never actually tried it because, you know, why would I try that? Hell mode's hell enough on its own, you know, without deliberately getting a game over. Gotta save all those pens, man. I had like 12 pens in the entire playthrough that I did of Hell mode for Hee-Min's route. And by the end of it, I think like I had like somewhere between 6 and 8 left by the end of the game, because I got a couple of game overs in the last section, a game over in this section, and a game over in the maze section. Because like I keep saying, in Hell mode you can't manually save, you just auto saves. Every time you die, or if you leave the game and, you know, play it again at a later point, you reload the game, you'll find yourself missing another pen, because the pens are the only things that's allowing you to continue on when you die or leave the game. You run out of those and it's proper game over, and you have to start the game from the very beginning on Hell mode again. I don't think I've ever ran out of continues with the pens on Hell mode, but maybe I just can't remember, I don't know. It was literally last year, like around about, well, not even this time, it was like probably around March more than April, really. But it was around, you know, late winter, early spring, when I played the game originally. Wait, what? I've only just now noticed how with that scene transition, she was in the pool, right? And then she just turns around and she's suddenly back up there. She was in the pool there, right? I know I'm kind of ruining this little scene here, but I don't think I've ever noticed that before. I need to do something before they do. Not that it makes much of a difference. Well, maybe it does make a difference. It makes a difference in the long run, I suppose, but... Seriously, look at this shit. That's a safety hazard. I mean, that's kind of an understatement considering she fell to her death because of one of those. I've never actually seen what happens if you just let all of these dark spirits actually get her. But I assume it'd mean a game over of some sort. It's showtime. Trigram, that's what it calls. And see, you know, the pictures that were in the music, essentially. This bit's a bit of a pain in the ass in the green one. Because usually I find myself just running into her. Oh, there she is. What? Over here? Yep. Just hug the edge here, or hedge if you will. Just get around here, and wham, water trigram. Then go around this edge, and wham. I said wham. Wham! Fire trigram. And that's it. But once you know the positions for them, it's not really all that bad. Conversation with female students, your choices will affect likability. Conversations with them in general outside of cutscenes is also, you know, notable there. It's a pain in the ass. It's like, I mean, I guess I find it fitting that the same thing applies to Hee-Min as it does with Sunghao. You want Hee-Min's true best ending, you gotta do the same thing as you do with So Young's, and not interact with her outside of cutscenes because she will get annoyed at you for simply trying to talk to her. Not good enough, Kamari! I don't know, it's not fit in well when I did that edit. The audio was actually really low on the recording from that part of Final Fantasy X, my Final Fantasy X LP, but increasing the volume actually really improved the sound without it sounding like, I don't know, out of place, I guess. Man, I don't have sounds. Oh shit. It actually sounded alright, you know. It's like, still not fully used to it. Oh god damn. Using shortcut for editing. Wait, what? Why can't I click on that in the middle? What's going on here? This is bullshit. But, you know, now that I know that you just use... Why can't I fucking... God damn, that's annoying. I can't... I literally... Wait, what? Are you kidding me? Look, up. Up, up, no, down, up. What the fuck's happened here? Is this a glitch? Anyway, what was I saying? Ow. You know, what's like, you know, with the filters, there's a lot of variety in the shop here, you know? But I just haven't really got around to experimenting with it. So it's probably better than I thought it was initially. Considering it's free as well, you know, freeware, it's pretty decent. It's like it's got like all the fade in, fade out stuff and various different filter stuff that I haven't really tried using yet. It's actually surprisingly got more variety than freaking Camtasia had when I was using it. I mean, Camtasia had some variety, but the version I was using was so out of date. Studio 8, I think it was. And you know, they removed some of the features, like the extra added things like, you know, transition stuff and all that. Eventually just mysteriously vanished from the version I had, because they must have been like, hey, you fancy upgrading yet? Well, we're gonna give you more incentive to do so by taking away some features or something. I don't know. Excuse me, sir. Ow. Now, one thing I've noticed is I forgot to clear up space after the previous recording. Like, this laptop's got a lot of space on it. How many times do I have to tell you, go over there, please? I'll take care of this. I'm Zach Bacons of the Ghost Adventures crew. A lot of left going on here, and more left. Any other directions? It seems very rare, but I'm pretty sure I have seen the input as down at least once before. But it always seems to be left, right, and up.
Don't you think this place has changed? Please live happy in your next life.
You know what? One annoying aspect of thing about increasing the saturation, it's so that you can see anything in this game half the time because how dark it is, but then in the lighter scenes, it just gives this odd kind of poster-like feel to it because of the brightness. It's a bit odd. Jasmine ending? Yep. Jasmine ending. This one will be very different.
Hey, upperclassmen, wake up! Are you okay? Did Did you get injured? You found a way out! Everybody got back to their home, so you don't have to worry. Oh, by the way, I never got to ask your name. What is your name? Oh, never mind. I'll just call you upperclassman. I never called anyone else upperclassman before. Oh my gosh, so embarrassing. Upperclassman, don't you want to get something to eat? I'm hungry. I'll pay for it, huh? Hurry up, let's go!
Completely different. She's head over heels.
But, upperclassman, what is this pot?
You are more interested in the other ending. You know, when I played for it on a different difficulty, I think it was normal modes, when I tested it to make sure I could figure out, you know, how to get the Jasmine ending. I had the voice acting on Korean, and that bit at the end when she voice acted in Korean, there's no subtitle under it, so I was like, wait, what'd she say? Man, that's out of tune. I feel like it's going A to E.
No matter where you go, I will be by your side. I know it's wrong. Love can't save it all. Take me with you. Far and far away to the place I love. Oh, take me with you to fight the endless road where the dream does not end.
Don't think it could harmonic minor into that. That's definitely a D major. Wait, that's new right at the end there? That one didn't appear last time, or has it always appeared like that? I don't think it has. Unless I've just not been paying attention. That little animation of Hee-Min and Ji-Min kissing there. But yeah, that song's definitely, I'm thinking, A major. Pretty sure it's A major. It's got that D major in there, it's got an E major in there, it's got to be A major as a result. Jasmine, an hour 57 minutes. Guess what? Over 50 minutes. Recording. I don't even know what to really say. I was too busy trying to figure out the chords there. That was Ji-Min's route. Interesting character. Kind of feels like her backstory is a bit vague. You know what? Before wrapping up this part here, let's actually look at the end collection. Yeah, I thought it would be that piece. So, one of the other pieces is going to be for hell modes. For the Jasmine ending. But what will happen with the other piece? Will it just automatically unlock? Wait, no. It just went up from 80% to 90%. So, that goes up for 10% each. So, the next one will be the final one, actually. Huh, how strange. Why is it two pieces? Is it because it's a sliding puzzle kind of image compared to the... I mean, you can't see it as that because the picture is complete in the middle there. But it originally, like, was just jigsaw pieces, you know. But yeah, that's her route completed. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record after this part, give you a preview of hell mode. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to like just show you a bit of hell mode, but not like the proper hell mode playthrough. I'm going to be like going through Ji-Min's route again, mostly off screen, but I'll show you a bit of it to get the Jasmine ending so I can complete the ending collection at long last, you know? So, give you a bit of a sneak preview as to how bullshit hell mode can be, you know? So, I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.